Are you ready to finish this book and do chapters 51 through 66 today?
Yes, I am. I am ready.
Just want to remind people we are doing a high level overview.
We're like stony baloney high, like so high right now.
Now,
Yeah.
as in high level overview, summarizing the chapters, just so you don't have to read Iron and Flame. We read it for you, and you can get to Onyx Storm, which at the point of recording this, we have received our books.
We sure have.
Started reading. Are you ready to get into this so we can talk about it?
Move right to Onyx Storm. Sure am.
To be fair, I really want to clarify. I do really love this book. I do love Iron Flame. Second reread was way better than the first read. I do love this book, but I'm just really hyped on Onyx Storm.
I actually don't understand the criticism for Iron Flame that some people have, and I think their problem is they need to reread the book.
I agree, because we both were the same way. We're like, I love Fourth Wing. Iron Flame is great, but not Fourth Wing. But then the second reread, I'm like, okay, I think I do like this better than Fourth Wing.
Violet's more annoying.
Yes.
For sure. In Iron Flame. And that, I think, turned people off because everyone's so pro Xaden, which is the right way to be.
Right.
So as you know, we will be covering Onyx Storm, and it will be deep dive episodes.
Or we will break down theories. We will talk about every character and their
development, arc, the world, the magic, all of it. Chapter 51. Violet pulls a classic, "I'll find you," by tracking him through the bond and finds him on top of a defensive turret. Because she loves him like a fat kid loves cake, she brings him a piece. Because it's his favorite. He's worried about their enemies, thinking that they're outmatched and spread too thin to be anything but a nuisance to them. He tells her that he had killed a bitch-ass Venin Pavis and that her sister, Mira, had ordered him off the battlefield because she couldn't risk him getting killed because of Violet. Later, Violet and Dana are working on translating the Crovelish books in the library when she realizes that they have been mistranslating the word blood, and that it should be breath instead. This leads her to the realization of how they can raise the wards. She's unsure if they should, however.
Xaden's like, it's already snowing up the pass. Or no, Violet's like, it's already snowing up the pass. I bet we get 7 inches tonight. And Xaden's like, maybe more if you're good. So that tells us that his dick is huge.
Yeah, it's bigger than a 7-incher.
So really, that's why I put this in here.
I have a guess.
Disgusting.
I have a guess on his size. I think it's 8.5.
Okay. Do we DM Rebecca?
Just to ask, hey, real curious, how big is Xaden's magic stick?
Okay, to be fair, I hate what I'm about to say. So I DM'd GM Barry after reading Get in the Swamp, and I asked her how big the main character is. Yeah, and she's like, there will be prints coming out soon. So, which I'm not sure. I'll have to go back and look. But yeah, so it wouldn't be that out of pocket for me to just DM Rebecca. She'll probably block me, but
yeah, let's not have Rebecca block us.
We wouldn't be.
Rebecca is not like us, to be clear. Rebecca is a Ravenclaw.
Yeah, I could see that.
And she'd hear us. Obviously, she's got some DG in her. She reads these books, but we're fucking unhinged. And we're crude, and we've hung out with guys way too much in our lives, and we just say shit.
Okay, so the way she writes her sex scenes, she has thought and knows how big his dick is.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
based on those sex scenes alone. So I don't want to get blocked, but I would love to know.
You'd have to do it on your personal account.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do it on this one. That would definitely.
Don't do it on Rove. I don't want to be hated.
Okay, so we talked about Xaden's dick show.
Does he have a shadow deck too? Like, do the shadows make it longer?
I feel like I asked it before, like, can he penetrate with his shadow?
We've read books before where, like, the hands can do certain things, right? So
exactly. We did almost lose Xaden. Can you imagine if we would have lost him? Then we'd have to, like, be in love with Thane. Even though I have become a Dane apologist at this point.
I'm definitely a Dane apologist. How the tables have turned, or turntables, as Michael Scott says.
Incredible growth. Do you think that Violet's need for Xaden to live helps will him to like live? That's why he didn't die, and he was able to launch like off the field the last battle he was like. He said if Sigale had launched a second later, this cake would have gone to waste. Do you think Violet's will helps him? I guess.
Yeah. I think it's his driving force. I think it's whatever type of bond that they may or may not have that you and I believe that they have. I think that that is almost like a little bit of magic type of situation that helps. Chapter 52. Reagan opens up her home to Violet's squad at Rhiannon's request, and this helps ease some of the tension between the riders and the flyers. Violet tells the group that she's been translating Warwick's journal, and she thinks that she knows how to raise the wards and Aracia. But to raise the wards, it will mean the flyers will no longer be able to wield.
Okay, we've talked about our love for Sawyer. Liam was like my big cuddly teddy bear that I loved, and I feel like Sawyer is like a cuddly duck or something like that. Not quite Liam, but cute, and I love it.
Okay, yeah. So I think Liam is that cuddly, protective-ish bear, but he also has Riddick in him. Like the smart-ass, flirtiness. So he was like the perfect specimen. Even though he was blonde, he was perfect. Sawyer is
sweet boy next door.
He's just so sweet. He's just a sweet kid.
Okay, so he had this interaction with Jacinia. Like, obviously, he's working as magic, and Violet's looking over at Sawyer sitting with her, and he's got an intense look of concentration on his face, but he signs that he thinks her turtle is blue, but Violet's not getting in the middle of that. Oh, Sawyer. Sweet Sawyer.
And I just love Violet, like, watching, like, oh, they're so cute. She was like, she's probably like, what the fuck did he just say?
And did not interject, to just let him, like,
good. Where if it were me, I'd be like, you fucking idiot. What did you say?
And no, she just let him go.
Just sitting, like, oh, sweet.
Our favorite scribe with the hottie with the naughty body.
That's what it is.
Have you ever looked up AI artwork of her? Like, she's a fucking babe.
Well, she has to be with the way.
I think everyone at Basgiath is a fucking babe. Like, they have to be. I just feel like you can't cross the parapet unless you're hot.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, this homely girl walked across. Who cares?
No.
Who cares about the homely girl? Nobody.
This is a sexy school.
Sexies only. Okay?
It's not even Basgiath. It's Sexy Dragon School.
Sexy school. We're back at sexy school, and I want to go to sexy school as I look like a fucking troll half the time.
I think I need to go and figure out how, instead of being like this awkward ass mess that I am.
We need to be like Justin Timberlake and bring sexy back because it's gone.
I entered Adam Sandler's chic and never left.
It's so comfortable.
It's the best life ever.
I mean, I'm wearing not even my sweatshirt. It's Ellie, my 14-year-old's, with no bra, recording this podcast. Like, let's go.
I've already locked someone down. I'm married, so I can dress like Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
I am a prize.
You are. But let's enroll in sexy school soon. She wants to give the flyers the choice. Stay in Aracia without the ability to channel, or if they want to risk sheltering in Corden. Or if they want to risk sheltering in Corden instead, where they can still channel, but will be more exposed to the venom. She also says if they stay, they will give them weapons to defend themselves. Mirror of Sight. Powerful explosive they made by imbuing an ore. Vi has another nightmare starring the Sage. I grow weary of this. Now wield, rip free. Show me the power you used to slay our forces above the trading post. Prove me right that you're a weapon worth retrieving. The one who watched thinks you'll never yield, that we should kill you before you grow into your full abilities. Usually, jealousy is a way to get young riders to turn. The rest turn for power, but you will turn for something much more dangerous, much more volatile. You'll tear down the wards yourself when the time comes. You won't do it for something as trite as power or as easily satiable as greed. You'll do it for love or you will die. You both will.
So, Blake, it looks like you have a theory based on the fact that it says theory time.
Theory time. The one at Reston wore blue robes and had a white scalp, slick back, thin hair, gaunt, hollow cheeks, possibly Ozempic, we don't know. He called himself the general and says he has lived beyond the ages and has waited for centuries for someone with her power. I believe that this general is Daramor, who was the general in the Great War where they ruined the Great Barons, which caused the dragons to leave the land. He was the enemy of the first six. Possibly. Now I keep going back that what if it's Warwick, the one that they're doing the journals. The Dream Venom is younger, has tan skin, and is wearing purple. He also touches her, which is the first one that ever did. He has a hint of something sweet on his breath. Put in a vanilla breath mint before he went to talk to her. I don't know. He says you will turn for love, just like he potentially did for Brennan. It is my thought. When Vi woke up, she asked Taryn if he sees her dreams, and he's like, no, I have better things to do, which I believe Rebecca put that in intentionally because if Taryn saw her dreams, he would recognize his former writer, Naolin.
Okay, so he mentioned that they're not interested in people's dreams, but what if he can see her dreams and saw but didn't realize who it was, noped out of there? And that's why he doesn't want, like, he's not interested in dreams.
Yeah, maybe like the first time. Well, and he like gives her shit like, I have better fucking things to do than look at your dumbass subconscious dreams. But
so he didn't, like, maybe he saw that and realized, or not realized, but just saw that and was like, nope, but didn't realize it was his old writer.
Who's to say?
There's another mention of wing beats. So I wonder if she uses those as a measurement as well. Because there's a lot of talk about like heartbeats and wing beats. She's like, I settle in the warmth, or in his warmth, and lay my head on his chest above the most comforting rhythm in the world. Besides Taryn and Indarna's wing beats, Xaden's heart. So I just feel like wing beats are a measurement of time, just like heartbeats are. So no surprise that there's comfort in those sounds.
6 days later, the squads are organized in the Snowy Valley, waiting for the squad exercises Professors Deborah and Trissa have organized. They have hidden 30 summoning runes within 20 miles along the western range near the valley. It's not only a test for the riders, but for their dragons to be able to sense them. They say the winner will get a weekend pass with no training or homework. The riders and flyers are divided up into groups of 4 according to their abilities. We find out that Sawyer gives up his executive officer position, and I'm like, you sweet, for the good of the squad. Like, he's so good.
I could, in a future book, see him giving himself up for the greater good of the squad.
I could see that as well.
He's, like I said, just so selfish. Selfish?
Selfish. You don't speak Crovish. You speak selfish.
You're right. I don't speak Crovish or Crovlish.
You know?
I love it when you talk shit and you fuck it up too.
It is literally my least favorite thing when I do that. So, God.
Beautiful.
I look like a Sith Lord right now.
You're not? You're looking a little Venom to me with the hood.
The bitch ass Venom.
Bitch ass, yes.
Not Venom?
Not yet. Not yet. I don't know.
Not like gone.
I can't see your eyes. I didn't say you had turned. Yet I don't know yet.
It's up in there. So Indarna's asked to stay behind. They let us know Taryn's not the head of her den, so
which is
we're
amazing
not sure.
to learn.
Yeah.
You know, I thought it for sure was like Taryn or Coda.
Right. But no, someone else. We don't know at this point. We'll fill in the blanks later. Garrick throws Xaden under the bus immediately. It's like, you need to tell her about the venom you took down outside of Dreyfus. Xaden also finds out that Violet knows how to raise the wards. She tells him that the 6 most powerful beings referred to in Warwick's journal, Warwick, that was his name, was about dragons, not riders. Xaden wants to raise the wards now, but Violet tells him that he can't because he will need Taryn, and this discussion is like Dorinda. On pause.
Okay, you know who's actually funny too? Garrick.
Who? Oh yeah, I really like
Garrick. I was looking through Iron Flame and Fourth Wing because I'm really curious about Imogen's and Garrick's relationship. But this is an interesting conversation. Garrick's like, just doing my part to help your communication skills thrive in a stable relationship. And then Imogen's like you have any room to talk about stable relationships? And he's like, I'm going to skip the obvious pun to be made about plenty of mares in my stable, seeing as I'm no longer cadet, but a mature, responsible officer. Okay, one, I want to know what the relationship is because there's nothing confirmed. Just that Imogen was looking at Garrick when he was wrestling Xaden when Violet had her like jealousy.
My guess is that Imogen is pining for Garrick. And like she does love him, but it just, I don't know if she's told him.
I think they've canoodled already at
They
this
may,
point, but
yeah, maybe
it's nothing more because,
the comment. Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely possible. Or maybe they bow chicka bow wowed and then she caught feelings.
And Imogen's
Which
not
would,
a feeling kind of.
she's not a feeling girl, which I understand, girlfriend. I totally do. I say that as I'm like a hopeless romantic, but I just,
As you read mostly romance novels.
well, yeah, my heart is like stone.
I want to get to know Garrick more.
I do too. Chapter 53. Up at the top, we get the excerpt. The art of imbuing comes naturally to only a handful of signets and automatically only to one, the siphon, a study on signets. And what's that word that this made you think of?
Foreshadow. It's
First one. First one. Good job.
we made it this is our third chapter, and we'll finally say it. It took us a long time to say it on the last episode because I feel like it's less foreshadowing and just action at this point.
Yeah, it's action packed right now. Well, I mean, we're on chapter 53 out of 60 something, so yeah, it's a lot.
That tracks.
Yeah. It could be foreshadowing for the future books and stuff, which I think there is a lot of that, but yes. Chapter 53. 40 minutes later, Violet, Sloane, Vizia, and Kat are hiking down a steep snow-covered ridgeline to a cave only accessible by foot in the sector the group had been assigned to. There was a Vi-Sloane-Kat interaction.
Violet and Sloane finally clicked in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like a problem in my personal life was resolved because, my two friends are finally getting along. My book,
Like Chelsea. Just kidding. Okay.
I felt personal growth for myself at this moment in the book.
Well, I've just been, I don't want to say dragging on. I understand why Sloane was being a biscuit about things, but just to see the resolve there, like that's one less thing that Violet has to fucking worry about. Because it obviously hurt her that someone that she like loved as a friend is no longer with us.
Right.
And then his sister hates her. It was good. And what I write?
You just wrote Andarna is the best, and I love that.
Stand by that. No notes.
Just remember, we don't eat our allies.
Once they're in the cave, Kat lights a torch using Violet's conduit. The group detects an energy signature in the cave and goes searching for the rune that is presumably emitting it. They find a metal chest, which is locked into an open position by a rune on the front of it.
Poor Kat saying that, damn, I hate that you're so powerful. Do you think she was physically pained to say that out loud?
Yeah. She's like, fuck.
I'm going to just go ahead and admit this now. Like, Kat's a bitch. She's an absolute bitch, and she is awful to Violet. I like her. I'm rooting for her.
Because you are Kat.
I know. I'm a Nesta apologist. It makes sense. Yeah. I would like Kat. Like, this.
Immediately, you would like Kat while reading.
I mean, I was mad at first because obviously we love Violet and Xaden, but it's hard not to just enjoy her because she is like the right kind of bitch for me to enjoy. There's a right bitch and a wrong bitch.
Well, and we see growth with her faster than maybe faster than we saw with Nesta. So it's like, okay, I'll take this.
Nesta only took 5 books, but
Good fucking bitch. So then Vizia had asked, so do you think you'll get a second signet? She goes, 2 dragons, 2 signets, right? She answers, I don't know, glancing back at Adarna. I actually figured because she bonded me so young, lost the ability to stop time, the signet of lightning wielding was all that I would be blessed with. But now I wonder, will I? Why are you asking me? Signets manifest according to the person wielding. Her eyes blink gold, her black scales blending in the darkness. Second signets only happen when dragons bond a rider in the direct familial line as its previous, Sloane says. But there's an equal chance of it causing madness. From what somebody said. That's
Thor.
Thor. That's why Kruth was punished for bonding Quinn. She's only the great niece of a previous writer. Her signet's more powerful, but not entirely different. Thort shouldn't be telling you matters resolved within the Empyrean, Basgiath lectures, and does a double take when she glances my way. Gravity shifts. That can't be right. That would mean
Violet's having an oh shit moment. But of course, in the book, we don't complete her thought. But this is
so Violet right now. Oh, another thing I've talked to Zayden about.
what an interesting fact. It's crazy how smart Violet is, but like misses all these things. Not that like we would know. There was no hints to second signets like all throughout this book, but Violet's so smart. I know what you're. I sit and I really do try to say the word right, like, and it just. I saw you shake your head when I said it. I don't know if you're subconsciously doing it at this point, but it's like
no, I didn't say it. No, I'm good.
because I said it immediately. Like
it's more like, yes, I get what you're saying.
you're like this embarrassing bitch.
No, I'm not. As Cat counters the summoning rune, a full grown-ass dragon attacks them. It swats Vizia out of the way with its claw, and Violet believes she dies as she smacks against the cave wall. As it prepares to incinerate them, Violet tells Taryn that Solus has found.
That energy signature wasn't a chest. I didn't suspect that at all when I was reading it. I was like, there's no way. Like, I knew something bad was going to happen, but I was thinking Bennett. And then it was Solus.
I wasn't expecting Solus.
No.
I was like, oh shit.
In my mind, like, that was resolved when Varish died.
Me too. I was expecting, if anyone, not one, I wasn't expecting a dragon, but I definitely would, my mind wouldn't be Solus. It would maybe have been like Bade.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. At the time while reading.
Yes. Definitely.
But I just was like, oh shit. Was not there.
Which it makes sense because going back, you know, Taryn lost Solus in the caves. Who would have known it was these caves? But also Taryn, who's fucking smart, didn't like think about that or connect those that he lost.
Right.
Which is shocking because Taryn's not old. He's middle-aged. You would think. And
yeah, it's weird to put it all together.
Yeah. Interesting that he would miss that. And he's so fucking smart.
Chapter 54. Andarna rushes into the cave to save Violet and the others from Solus's dragonfire, shielding them with her wings. But Solus's flame dies down. Andarna attacks him, but Solus bats her away easily. Violet then flings her dagger at Solus and is able to injure him for a long enough moment for Sloane and Cat to escape.
There's another mention. Taryn like reminds Violet that Andarna's fireproof. Darna tells him not to breathe, and Violet's like, I count my heartbeats. 1, 2, 3. Never not mentioning time.
No. And like, I can't count my fucking heartbeat right now. Can you count yours?
Only with my finger on my pulse?
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like without.
No,
I can't.
only if you take all sound away.
Yeah, I'm not feeling my heart beating. Like, you know, when you work out like a crazy person, I guess, then you can kind of feel it, but it's like you're hearing it almost.
Now, that's exhausting to think like that's like to hear your heartbeat all the time like that.
I know. Like, she's got supersonic hearing. That's her signet.
Her ears just grow. She turns into Dumbo. She doesn't even need a dragon anymore.
That would be Riddick's second signet, even though he's not going to get one. But if it would be, because he's always hearing the hot gosh.
Oh my gosh. Dude, oh my gosh. Riddick would be so mad at Violet if that was her second signet, because then he wouldn't.
You take everything.
Yeah, you don't even be he wouldn't be the gossip queen anymore. Like, that poor guy.
No. Violet would be like, well, actually. Solus then swipes at Violet with his claw, and she falls over, cutting herself on the glass from the conduit, which is now broken to 4 jagged prongs upon the ground. Meanwhile, Cat has not escaped, but has returned to shoot arrows at Solus, and the dragon rears back in pain, momentarily distracted. This allows Violet to grab the shards of the conduit and run to attack Solus with it. She's able to shove the prongs in the soft joint between his scales, just as Andarna sinks her teeth between his neck and shoulder. Violet then wields her lightning into the conduit shards. Solus roars and swings his tail around, catching Violet.
Sorry, Solus roars.
The drama kid came out, catching Violet in the stomach, sending her flying and breaking her stream of lightning. She's quickly dragged away from the cave. Cat continues to fire arrows at Solus while Andarna flies free, taking a chunk of Solus with her. Gross. Taryn arrives and Violet hears a dragon scream in the cave, then falls silent. Sloane, meanwhile, realizes she has drained Violet and worries that she's turning venom. Violet reassures her that she's not turned venom and that her signet has only manifested. She is a siphon. Violet realizes that Andarna has killed Solus.
Okay, so Sloane manifests here and is a siphon, but Taryn's like, she is as Naolan was. What if he meant like she is a venom?
I know. That's true.
What if he, like, my whole thing when I was writing this was like, what if he did?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, what if he did look into her dream and then he did know that Sloane was a siphon and just like Naolan was and that they're both venom, and my mind was running. So that's where I went with that.
I like that for you.
She's not a venom, just to clarify for everyone. We know this.
Yeah. I also I said this to Kylie about the Andarna's tail, a poison barb on her tail. Could that be the possible cure for venom?
And this isn't the first time you've mentioned this. Like, we've literally, once we started this, I feel like when we were talking about Fourth Wing, you mentioned it. And then you've mentioned it before in Iron Wing.
I feel like I'm stuck on it a little bit. I feel like it's going to come back.
Once you're married to the theory at this point.
A little bit, but I'm
We
also
discussed
like,
it earlier today before this podcast. Like, you are married to this theory.
that is one theory. I guess I'm a little bit like, I feel like it's happening.
I don't disagree with you.
It's definitely probable.
Yeah. I feel like Sloane is going to be integral to this series because she is a siphon. And there was the little blurb at the top about a siphon, and they're not very common. And not just with the Wardstone later, but I feel like she's going to be really integral.
Especially because just with Naolan, because she's their generation siphon, they're usually only like one or something if it's a rare-ish one, there's one per generation.
It's also, now that you just said that, interesting how all these like once in a lifetime signets are like manifesting. Like,
and the timing of them and stuff. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, just really weird.
Xaden bursts in their room as a healer finishes checking on Violet. The healer can't get away quick enough, but he tells her that she'll be all right and that she merely has a lump on the back of her noggin and to mind the stitches on her hand.
A lump on the back of her noggin. I mentioned that I love Cat. I'm Team Cat now, and I knew my theory was somewhere in here. But Cat shares that Violet put herself between the giant orange dragon and Cat. And I could not stop laughing when she's like, thank you, Sorengale. And, she's choking on the fucking word. So, yeah, when she said that last thank you, it did physically pain her because, look, she's choking here.
Well, and not only does it fucking pain her to say that and that Violet did the right thing, but to do it in front of Xaden on top of it, that is just, that's a pill to fucking swallow for our girl Kitty Cat, okay?
I feel at this moment really... I think I am married to the theory that Ree's gonna die at some point.
Eventually, yeah.
And Cat will slide into bestie position. I feel like Rebecca's really building that foundation of like enemies to besties.
Yeah.
It's giving Lysandra and Aelin.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. Xaden gets angry with Vi for having saved Cat back in the cave. Violet claims she saved her because Cat is in the line of succession to the Poromil throne. Xaden is frustrated with this, claiming that he is both trying to respect Vi's freedom and keep her safe, which she is making really hard for him to do. He wants to know if she's finally ready to ask him about the deal he made with her mother. Nothing kills powerful and shakeful love faster than opposing ideologies. The Journal of Warwick of Lucerish. My question is who did Warwick love? And also, is this like I mentioned, it's possible that the first Venin and Resin, what if that's work? And he turned for love or something.
He was in love with the dragon. The dragon didn't love him.
No.
Yep.
Dragons like Ewoks. We know this.
Okay, well, maybe Warwick was trying to be an Ewok. They both end in the letter K. There's E's in... No, there's no E in Warwick.
What was the other journal?
Lyra's?
Lyra's, right? So what if Warwick was in love with Lyra?
I don't think so, though, because Warwick was... Well, who is...
The dragon fucker. That's fine, I guess. We'll go with that.
That's the dragon. Yeah. He's a dragon fucker.
Good for him. Get that dragon D.
Oh my god. That thing's...
But, like, why would you write that? He had to have loved somebody, right?
Yeah, you don't write things without a meaning. He was going through it. He was listening to some emo music and was writing in his journal.
As one does. Why did I just picture Devon Sawa being Stan writing, Dear M?
Work in his journal. Oh my god.
And you still ain't calling. Violet is shocked that Xaden knew that she knew about his deal with his mother. She's angry that he let her stew on it for months, and Xaden is angry that she didn't ask him about it. Violet wants to know how she's supposed to know what to ask him and that she had already asked him about this last year. Xaden accuses Vi of not having actually forgiven him for keeping her in the dark about his activities the previous year. He then claims that Vi was scared to confront him about the deal he made with her mother. Violet admits she was worried that Xaden only kept her alive those first few months before threshing because he had made a deal with her mother, not because he was impressed by her or attracted to her.
Oh, Sloan Gale. Zane's like, love, you're the smartest person I know. If you actually want the answers, you'd ask the right questions. Okay, well, one, that's a sneaky sneak response.
Mm-hmm.
You knew about the deal. Maybe the question you need to be asking is why you didn't confront me about it. Okay, but we do have to feel a little bad for Violet because we have to put ourselves in her shoes. All of this is already just fucking nuts. But imagine your mother did that to like your partner. I would assume like when he's looking at me, my mother would be all that he sees. But not our precious Xaden, though.
Well, and it's also kind of embarrassing because she was like infatuated with him from the beginning, and just that feeling of like, oh, I thought you were also feeling that way about me, but really you just kept me alive because of my mom. Cool.
I want to say, you know, like I said, we got to give Violet credit and feel bad for her. She handled this really fucking well. Like, I would have been on, like, having a meltdown, calling my therapist. It just...
And to be fair, yeah, Violet hasn't handled a lot of things well, but she did pretty good at this section.
This was a solid, mature response from Slow and Gale, for sure.
And then this next quote when they're fighting is, I don't know if Dorian said this to Xaden, and then he was like, yes, I'm going to use...
For sure.
I feel like they would be.
Yeah.
Those two would get along great.
Chat
Both more fuck boys. Like, they would be shadow daddies. Like, yeah.
Nobody get those two together.
No.
We need Xaden together with Violet.
And then
with
Manon and Vi together.
Manon.
I'm not saying Manon. I will never say it.
Even though
It's
I
Manon.
named my cat after Manon and named her Manon.
It's Manon. Sarah J. Maas got it wrong. I need you to love all of me, not just what you decide to see. Then we see, like, kind of feel for Xaden a little bit too in that moment.
It's just a really emotionally vulnerable moment for the both of them. And also, I hope I never have to say a line like that, but it is a beautiful line. I don't think I'll ever have a dramatic moment like that where I need to say that, but...
I feel like I've said something similar. I have a perfectionist husband.
I am the perfectionist.
Yeah. So Ryan would be saying that to you.
How are we so close?
Well, we're a weird combination of two people that are so fucking similar and also not at all at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's really no way to describe it.
No. Twin flame bullshit. Violet decides to just go for it and ask Xaden a real question. She asks him what his second signet is. She knows he has one because Sigale was bonded to his grandfather, which makes him a direct descendant to someone his dragon was bonded with. When this happens, the writer will either gain a second signet or succumb to madness. And our boy doesn't seem that mad. At this moment, Brennan pounds at the door, announcing that a horde of wyvern have been spotted flying from Pavis towards the cliffs. He definitely wasn't expecting her to ask that.
No, not at all. And
I think he had every fucking intention of being honest and answering all the questions. But that one, punch to the gut, not expecting.
and Zayden's really known for being prepared, so to catch him off guard is super fucking hard.
Yeah, he was like, oh, fuck.
He's weirdly prepared for everything.
Weirdly. Next chapter. Well, we might get into that soon. Chapter 56. Brennan, Violet, and Xaden Ree make their way up to the top of the hill to meet with the other members of the assembly. On their way, Violet worries about whether the ward stone will work or not. She can feel energy from it, which somewhat reassures her, and she knows that she, Dane, and Xaden have put a lot of time into imbuing it, so at least should hold some power.
Brennan offers to mend Violet several times, and the only time she ever says it's okay is when she's unconscious and unable to say okay to it. But it's just weird that she always rejects it. I get she doesn't want to look weak and time, but she literally doesn't let Brennan mend her.
Yeah, this is true. She tells Brennan that stone needs to be activated by a dragon of each den, and that their dragon fire triggers embedded runes. Since Warwick and Lyra would have likely had more than enough dragons to create multiple ward stones, she wonders why they only created 2 during their time. She then asks Taryn how Adarn is doing, and Taryn informs her that she's been questioned by the elders for killing soulless, and that her actions were found justifiable. However, to slay another dragon is a heavy mark upon the soul, even in defense of yourself or a rider. This is why Taryn only took Solstice's eye earlier instead of killing him. Once one dragon from each den is gathered up, the 6 dragons exhale their fire together to activate the stone. The stone doesn't change, however, leaving them to wonder if this actually worked. Vi and Taryn fly to a cliff to get a good vantage point for spotting wyverns. So Gale and Xaden land next to them, and Violet is still frustrated, that's an understatement, with Xaden for not answering her questions about his second signet. Xaden says Violet will immediately fall out of love with him once she knows what it is. Vi tries to guess at what it is, and she learns that he is an intrinsic. Xaden clarifies that he's a specific type of intrinsic and that he can only read intentions. He cannot read thoughts, but the subconscious motivations that precede them. Vi asks him how many times he's read her intentions and that if he only said things that she had wanted to hear. Xaden accuses her of already falling out of love with him. Violet tells him that her love isn't fickle and she will have several more questions for him. At that moment, the wyvern attack. Xaden even said, I think it will take you all of a heartbeat. Get off fucking heartbeat sticks, guys. Like, so many heartbeat talks.
Well, it is almost Valentine's Day.
That's why.
That's exactly why. Rebecca knew that we would be talking about this book prior to Valentine's Day, so she wrote Heartbeat in.
Well, this was right around solstice. It's the end of December. She was prepping for Valentine's Day, and that's what happened.
We know it.
Solved the case.
Okay, but Xaden saying less than a minute, that's how long it took for you to fall out of love with me. I'm too emotionally invested because that was tear worthy.
Especially the first time I read it. I was like, oh my God.
I was unwell after that.
Mm-hmm. 17 bitch-ass Venin show up on a horde, not whore, of wyvern that, because I always, like, in my head go, horde, you mean horde? You fucking loser.
I'm a whore of wyvern now.
So, 17 bitch-ass Venin and a whore of wyvern that rivals the riot Violet had brought her with her to Erasia. When the wyvern cross invisible wardstone barrier, a few of them go limp biscuit and fall to their deaths. The wards seem to have worked.
So the sage from Resson is there, the one that's taken up residence in Violet's mind. And, you know, the sage lifts his staff and swings it, pointing at Violet and Xaden. Do you think the sage knew the 2 of them would be there, and that's why he showed up?
Probably.
He knew by their dreams. My guess.
Yes. fucking sage.
And then there's a mention of time again. Time slows to
Mhm.
heartbeats. My breath
My
freezing
breath.
in my chest. Yes, my breath. The breath was freezing. God damn, it's not even about that. It's about the time slows to heartbeats. So yeah, there's a mention of time. Anyways, carry on.
So basically, heartbeats were mentioned yet again. Violet and Xaden make their way to the assembly chamber. They learn that Melgren has asked to meet with them tomorrow. He wants to meet with the leader of their movement, along with Vi and Mira, and asks that no more than 2 marked ones be allowed to meet. Serena then shows Violet that she can still wield lesser magic, which means that something is still wrong with the wards they raise. I love that I was able to catch the minute that you're waiting, like the second that you're waiting for me to have a reaction, and like,
I just thought it was so funny writing Ward's Light.
I mean, that's essentially what it was, okay?
I literally got this word stone from Temu. And that's why it doesn't work.
They got it off TikTok shop, and
They were in the Vale trying to discuss it. They ordered one from Amazon, one from Temu. See which one got there quicker. Amazon went to Basgiath.
Yeah, they'll do a whole unboxing video. You can see it later
on Dragon TikTok.
Dragon Talk, man. We move to chapter 57, and I think the most important part of this is that Melgren's first name is Augustine. Like, what a fucking square. Augustine?
Melgren's a dork.
Such a fucking dork, but he thinks he's so badass because of his signet. Okay, Augustine. Do his friends call him Gus? Like, fuck off.
He's Gus Gus. Gus Gus Melgren.
Like, you know, at the Sorengale dinner tables, Papa Sorengale and Lilith were like, fucking Gus. Like,
come on, Gus Gus, pass the gravy. Gus Gus, fix my dress.
Oh, I love Gus Gus.
But not this Gus Gus.
No, not this one. Chapter 57. On their way to meet with Melgren at Athbean, Violet presses Xaden on his... Okay, I can't even call him Melgren now. I can't. On their way to meet with Augustine, Melgren.
No, you're not even like last name. It's like formal. Like, I'm government naming you.
I would, but I know that people that listen to the podcast will be like, Augustine. Like, even though I just went on a tangent about it. Violet presses Xaden on his second signet, asking him if he ever used it to glean information or to influence her feelings in any way. Xaden denies doing this, but their bond has made it too easy for her to send her intentions to him without even realizing it. Where have I read this in a book before? Reese. You're shouting things down the bond. Sorry. She asks if he still uses a signet on her, but he says he stopped the moment she was more to him than just the general's daughter. And when he realized the harm Dane had done with his own signet and realized he's not much better. This part's not even funny, but they said that Indarna couldn't go. I mean, I think it's funny.
It's funny. I literally texted you as soon as I read the line and just said it and laughed.
Like, Indarna cursed Taryn's entire family line and then blocked us both. Hey, that could be me or you.
I really related, and that's why it was so funny. I just picture Andarna on AIM and being like, fuck you guys, block.
Block? She was probably like, unfollow, and then she goes, actually, no, fuck that. Block.
Let me hit 2 birds with 1 stone. I appreciate Andarna's pettiness. It's wonderful.
Well, there's been people that I've been mad at where I just like go for the whole family too. And like this really went for it for me. I'm like, yeah, and fuck your mom too. And then I also loved when Taryn was like talking about Xaden. I could torch him if he'd like, but you do seem attached. I
love these dry ass dragons.
I know. There are
them though.
Dry ass.
Yeah, I was like, their skin's scaly. They need lotion. Well, no shit, it's scaly. They're dragons.
Give them some jergens, you know? They meet Augustine and Violet's mom at the edge of the forest, bringing Brennan and Ulysses along from the assembly with them. I was trying so hard not to laugh because I just pictured housewife. I didn't picture house.
I don't think we can talk about housewives for the rest of the episode. They're giving me
No,
blush.
I'm not talking about. I hate pop culture now. Melgren. Augustus. No, it's Augustine, but I like Augustus better. Augustus. Chastised them for dropping Wyvern on the outpost, accusing them of nearly tearing down centuries of work and tightly woven defensive strategy designed to protect the people within their borders. Mira pulls a actually out, and they don't protect anyone outside of their own borders. Ulysses tries to dismiss the meeting, but Melgren tells him the Wyvern and Venin are going to overrun them at Samara on Feyre's birthday.
I read that and I was like, does she remember what book we're reading? And I was like, oh, actually Feyre's birthday. Like,
Winter solstice.
I was concerned you didn't know what was going on. And if you were Stony Baloney writing these.
I don't get Stony Baloney while writing these. I'm just unhinged as a human. Sober, unhinged.
Sober mess. Yes.
Yes, I mean, I don't like housewife porn, but you know.
I don't like housewife porn. That is not what I meant. And now I'm putting.
What do you have against housewife porn?
Oh my God.
Okay.
Don't play devil's advocate on this. Go back to reading.
Violet's mother also criticizes her, shocker, upset that she took half the right to Erasure, which she claims may very well be the reason they lose this upcoming battle. Brennan steps in and says they will not defend kingdoms to sacrifice neighboring civilians, let alone their children, so they can safely hide behind their wards. At this moment, Lilith learns that it is Brennan speaking to her and that he is, in fact, not dead. That bitch is alive. And possibly shifty. We'll see. Brennan ends the meeting saying that their hatching grounds are not in danger and that the riot has their own to protect now. He has effectively denied their truce.
Surprise reunion for General Thorngale. When all three of your children stand against you, perhaps the time has come for self-reflection. This meeting is officially over. Okay, but not a fun reunion.
No.
I think General Thorngale just really needs to take a look in the mirror. But actually, she really doesn't, because she is a real one.
Mm-hmm.
We'll pour one out for her.
We will. Pour one out for the homies. Violet's mom, Lilith, asked to meet with her daughters alone. She tells them that whatever wards they raise from the Instruction and Works journal will fail, and that the Wyvern are being created with stone runes. She advised them to fix their wards and hands Violet Lyra's journal, the same one she had been tortured over. Let's talk about it. Lilith, the mother. You don't have to understand my choices. You simply have to survive. I love you enough to bear the weight of your disappointment. This is really where I feel like I was clued in on, like,
there's more to it.
Oh, there's so much more to it. She's not like this cold-hearted bitch. Like, she's doing it for a reason. And she's fine with being their villain as long as they survive.
Double agent. Essentially.
Essentially, she is. Papa Sorengale said Warwick never wanted anyone to hold the power of the wards. He wanted Navarre to hold the upper hand. What if Warwick is Venin, the number one in the blue robe? You said, you fucking sneaky sneak.
What an idea. What an idea.
What an idea. You know? Warwick
didn't
blue eyes.
Yeah.
He looks better.
It didn't occur to me that anybody, like, in the past that was giving, like, the little blurbs, excerpts at the top would be a Venin. You just think they're all, well, I mean, I guess I should review how I read those, because, like, there is, like, bearish quotes and shit like that. So why wouldn't there be something from, like, detention?
Yeah. Violet and Mira locate a pair of wyvern carcasses and carve out the rune stones from one of them. The stone hums, and Violet thinks this may be why the wyvern have been suddenly reappearing. Someone may have given the venom runes. One of the wyvern carcasses reanimates, and Violet quickly kills it with her lightning. They now need to figure out what Warwick lied about in his journal in order to get the wardstone to be truly working properly. I was really trying not to hiccup right there.
I always wonder, like, how do the wyverns smell? Obviously, I don't know why I talk about it so much, but I'm just curious, like, do they smell weird because they're bad guys? You just assume that they would stink?
Well, Abraxas smells like flowers.
Okay. Abraxas is an angel. How dare you?
But these bitch-ass Venin wyvern?
Yeah, specifically the wyvern. The wyvern.
The Viver.
The Vivin.
The Viver. Violet's gonna bond with the Viver when she becomes Venom. Chapter 50. Violet has been pleading with Brennan to reconsider the Assembly's position on helping Augustine, defend Samara. Xaden returns after being sent to monitor Dreyfus after the return from Acme. Violet makes a rule with Xaden that they don't keep any more secrets and that she doesn't have to ask him to find out the truth. There must be a full disclosure between them from now on. Xaden agrees. He needs to know that she won't run and that she'll never have to. Violet promises that she will stay with him no matter what.
This is not relevant at all, and I'm keeping this in here. You wrote the word monitor,
Okay.
so I thought about hall monitor, and that I'm a Dane apologist, and I just want to say that he still gives hall monitor energy. That's it.
Yeah,
So I was
and he still might have an average penis, but that's okay.
Yeah. We
I'm
can
all
use
right.
it.
All monitor.
Yeah, motion of the ocean.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
That was all. Okay, you can carry on with your thought. Just that one word triggered that feeling I needed to express.
You're capable of hurting me in ways I'm not sure you've even begun to fathom, Violet. I might be skilled enough to land a death blow, but you have the power to fucking destroy me. Now, it seems like he's talking about emotionally, like love, and that's what I was taking from it. But I believe it could have a double meaning, like Xaden suspects he knows her second signet or the full power of her first signet, which we both agree on isn't actually just lightning, but wielding like raw power, ruling the damn skies. And then she makes the other comment, I'm a person that needs information to center myself. I was thinking second signet. I don't know.
We learn about Xaden's mom, finally. And so she left when Xaden was young. Their marriage contract said an heir had to survive to the age of 10, and then she was free to go, to which she did. And he hasn't seen or heard from her since. And I really think that she always knew leaving when he was 10 was a part of her journey. So she didn't get super close to Xaden, and she knows he's a bigger part of this balance, because I keep talking about violence and Xaden being the balance and everything. And she wanted to hurry home because there's a big threat there too, possibly, and had no desire to deal with bitch ass Venom. I think that there is more than just the Venom reading this book. Which yeah.
BBB. I think not this book because we didn't really get that much out of it for this specific thing. I think we're going to learn a lot more about Fen as well in the upcoming
because we don't know
books.
shit about.
And even like some of the comments that Talia made, I'm like, not saying that Fen wasn't the good guy or whatever, but I think there's more.
I do too. I feel like maybe it's going to be like more of a Xaden book for 4.
Xaden then explains the backstory behind his second signet. He says it showed up about a month after the Shadows did, and that he lied to Professor Carr when he asked Xaden if he had any other strange abilities emerge, since they thought Xaden's great uncle had bonded to Gale and not his grandfather. They had no reason to believe he'd develop a second signet, as second signets only occur in riders who are direct descendants of their dragon's former riders. Related family members only get unusually strong signets, which he has. During battle brief, the cadets want to know why they are not engaging with the Wyvern preparing to attack Samara. Brennan tells them that the assembly voted against fighting, since the casualty rate among riders and flyers would be far too great. He asks them what they would do right now if they were Augustine Melgren. During this conversation, Violet comes to a revelation. She storms out of battle brief to the assembly, believing that Samara is just a distraction and that the Wyvern and Bennett are waiting for all of the wards to fall before attacking. She believes they're not going to attack Samara, but Basgiath during the winter solstice. She tells Xaden they have to fight and defend Basgiath, and that if they don't go, they're no better than they are, leaving civilians to die. Xaden says he'll bring it to the assembly, and if they don't support them going to war, they'll simply take whoever will come with them to defend Basgiath. Chapter 59. Excerpt at the top. We do not eat our allies. It's important.
Which is said 4 times throughout this book.
It's a good reminder to those.
I know everyone's really concerned, but whenever Taryn says it, it makes me laugh. And I love that it's his personal addendum to the Book of Brennan.
I know. As quoted by Cadet Violet Sword, yes. Kitty Cat and Marin, not Morris, are upset that they cannot come with Violet and the others to Basgiath. This is because our As soon as they come across... This is because as soon as they cross Navarian wards, they won't be able to wield any longer, making them vulnerable to the Wyvern and Venom. Xaden arrives and informs them that the Assembly will not be going to war for Basgiath, so they will be on their own.
Taryn says, I'm still in my middling years. There's a lot of mentioning of Taryn being middle-aged, and I don't like it.
I don't either.
There's nothing that clues us into saying that that's going to affect anything, but I don't like it.
No, like, I don't like it when my husband calls me middle-aged. I don't like it when we call Taryn middle-aged.
I just feel like the reference to his age is like
Intense.
foreshadowing to a death, and I don't like that. Change the story.
Agreed. Later, Violet arrives in Basgiath after 18 hours of flying, touching ground in the courtyards. Her mother comes down the steps to greet her Mira and Xaden. Violet says they need to get to the wards, but her mom insists they are fine. Still, she agrees to go with them to inspect the wards.
You know, our pal Lily, our pal Lily gives her daughter a really warm and fuzzy compliment. Because Violet's like, who do you want to be? The general who saves Basgiath or the one who loses it to the very cadets who rejected your lies? Which, shout out to Violet for saying it to her fucking mom, the general.
Love
But
that.
then Mom's like, black really does suit you, Violet. And it's the nicest thing that she's ever said to Violet. Just, I really love their bonding here. Mom of the year.
She does one nice comment. Mom.
And it's such like a shitty, black really does suit you. That's it.
Well, you didn't get that in your life, so I understand.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, that's so sweet.
The group arrives at the wards to find people guarding them have already met Malik. They find the wardstone on fire with an orange dragon lurking behind it. Bade greets them, being ridden by JB. Lilith, not Lily, attacks but is swept aside. Bade collects the wardstone, but Jack stabs Bade in the neck. He then extinguishes the flame on the wardstone as he collects it himself. Violet flicks a dagger at Jack, and Jack fumbles with the wardstone. It comes crashing down and cracks. The damage was done. The wards of Basgiath have now officially fallen.
Okay, we all know like Bade's a bitch. She did bond to JB, but JB is a fucking monster.
Totally.
JB is an absolute monster. You don't kill a dragon. We knew he was evil because he was trying to kill Andarna from the start, and
Right.
he did it. Jack is a fucking monster. JB is awful. Not a fan.
Just no morality. None. Whatever is best for JB.
So we will pour one out for Bade as well.
Even though he's kind of a bitchy one, I'll take half a shot.
Still a dragon.
That's true.
Because Bade could have bonded at some point to somebody else and been, like, fine.
Who kills their own fucking dragon?
Monsters. Fucking monsters.
Coming up on next week's episode of Snapped. JB and Dragon. Bade. The excerpt at the top for chapter 60. At its core, magic demands balance. Whatever you take will be recouped, and it is not a wielder who determines the price.
I just, I really want to say that I've been talking about balance between Violet and Xaden, and this doesn't validate me in any way, but it does.
It does. Mm-hmm. I just think you watch a lot of Star Wars, and so it's just like you're basically a Jedi over there.
I know, it's like, is the Force.
Yes, the Force has balance, light.
Oh my god, what color do you think everybody's lightsaber would be? Because, every color.
This is an excellent question.
I think that's a solid question. Let's talk about this later and like really decide.
JB is still alive, but will soon die because he killed his own fucking dragon. Xaden tries to get information out of him, and he's able to figure out that Jack has turned Venom. He has been Venom since before he challenged Violet the previous year. Remember those red-rimmed eyes, guys?
And when Riddick and Professor Amaretto touched it and like fucked with their hands, they cried and jerked their hands away. Look, every nickname that we have given these people or every like misstep with trying to pronounce it has ruined reading for me. Because you write Marin, not Morris, and I'm reading Onyx Storm, and I'm like, Marin, Morris. And all I could think was like, fuck lately.
I get that a lot, actually. Yeah, I guess I'm like the Michael Scott with nicknames, just like gotta give them, and that's how I word associate. And
we can't stop.
No.
I so immersed and we think we know them.
And I just love giving a nickname in general. Like, I do it to everyone in their life. They might not know the nickname I have for them, but I do. Don't worry, I just call you Kai. It's nothing exciting. And bitch, but not to your face.
Thanks.
I
That's so
actually do
sweet of you.
I do only say it to your face. Jack claims he's already shown the other Venin the way into Basgiath and has been planting weapons inside the War College for some time now. He reaches out to imbue several stones, but Dane charges at him, grabbing a hold of him to see his memories. Jack begins to drain Dane, but Xaden knocks him out before he can do any more damage. Dane is injured, and they ask Nolan to mend him. Nolan tells them they have 119 cadets ready to fight, and the rest have been sent to the Midland Post in Samara. Having seen Jack's memories, Dane says that this is not enough.
I need you to say drain Dane's main vein 10 times fast.
No, I can't even say a simple sentence that's not correctly.
Like, isn't that a tongue twister though? Drain Dane's main vein.
Is that what I said? Is that
No.
it? I was like,
Dane, and I was like, Dane's main vein, and then that's how we got it.
I was like, love, like, oh, I didn't remember saying that. Didn't.
I'm not always thinking about dicks, but it sounds like it.
A veiny Dane's vein.
Well, yeah, when you're talking about a main vein, you're talking about a penis.
No,
What's
naturally.
super bad that kept drawing dicks on everything? Like, that's me.
Yes.
Jonah Hill. I don't remember his
Jonah
character.
Hill.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually, did you know Superbad is in like my top 5 favorite movies of all time?
You know, I didn't know that because we don't actually talk about our favorite movies. We talk about books and everything else, but not favorite.
It is. It's one of my top 5. And we saw that together in the movie theater.
Here in California.
It's true.
In Downey, California.
No, it wasn't Downey. It was the next town over. Something flower. Bellflower.
We don't know what Bellflower. Well, I guess
All the way.
we didn't know anything then.
It
But,
was.
I mean-
It's not very far. I think it was Bellflower. It was whatever. It was right next. It's the next city over. It was a nice theater. It's still nice when I looked up. I looked it up recently, so that's why. Magic requires balance. It does not give without a price. It is so from the TV show Once. Magic comes at a price.
Daddy Xaden is rational as hell, wanting to not kill Jack so they could keep him alive for questioning. Because, like, I would have been in a rage and just straight up fucking murdered him. Like, so mad. You killed a dragon. A fucking dragon. And he's been trying to kill Violet all year. So, shout out to Xaden for self-control. I just want to give him a compliment because I love him. And if there was a mention of heartbeats, yet again, it's like 1, 2, 3. I start to count heartbeats as the desiccation expands.
Bitch loves heartbeats.
Imagine if she just actually didn't have one. Or her heart is slowly dying and she's going to turn into a dragon.
Well, her dad died of a bad ticker, allegedly.
Yeah, I mean, his heart just randomly stopped.
And maybe she's just... Oh my God, it goes back to autism. She's hyper-focusing on heartbeats, and there we go.
I'm pretty sure I said in Fourth Wing, like, I wrote in one of the notes, like, what if Violet can turn into a dragon and she's a shapeshifter?
Well, that is, people do wonder that, especially with the silver. They're like, well, maybe that's why. A half hour later, they have gathered everyone at Basgiath for a battle brief. Dane announces that the bitch-ass Venin know exactly where they are because JB had planted lures all over the college and up the path to the Vale. They make plans for the battle, and Violet and her sister argue with their mother about strategy. Violet insists that they stay close to the Wardstone during this fight. Later, when Vi is alone with Xaden, they're nearly tempted to run away together. They try to get it in, but are cock-blocked by a pounding at the door, not a pounding of the vagina. Brennan shows up, saying that the Flyers are going to hunt for the lures JB has planted. Vi asks Brennan if he can mend the broken Wardstone? Wardstone.
So Kat showed up here, so I'm really rooting for them to be friends. And I'm telling you, they're going to be fucking besties. Mark my words. You know what that is? Like I said, this is a theory that I'm married to.
I was going to say, are you married to this theory?
I am.
Yeah. Cat. Kitty
This
cat.
is the thing that I will be like, yes, I am dead set on this one.
Kitty Cat and Slow and Gale, besties for life.
Yep. If we're going to go with any theory, that's the one I'm choosing.
Okay. I love that for you. Such a low stakes fucking theory that you chose, but all right.
It's not integral to the storyline in any way, shape, or form, but I'm married.
What were ones that I were married? I felt very married to, or at least I always said that I don't care if I'm wrong, though. And I truly don't. There's not any that I've ever, and I don't like being wrong, to be clear, if you guys know me. But it was Knowledge Weaver. I was pretty dead set on.
Varlet? Violet being part dragon.
Violet having some venom or dragon in her was one that I've, especially with her hair. Lilith with those red rimmed eyes.
Yeah. Lily being part. Mine are Violet's dad writing I almost said the Book of Brennan. The Book of Fable, or the Fables of the
Baron.
Thank you.
Fables of the Baron. Just
I
like
got stuff on a Book of Brennan. And I was like, what is the book? If it's not that one, but that's not even a legit.
Not even a book of anything. It's a Fables of Baron, but yes.
Nailed it. So yeah, I'm pretty I'm married to that one and Cat and Violet. Or you know what? Xaden dies, Violet marries Cat, everybody wins.
Nobody wins. I don't want that. I know you like housewife porn, but that is not what I want.
Stop. I sound like a porn addict. I'm not.
Okay. Well, you even said that you like to draw dicks, so.
I said I'm like that guy. I didn't say I was. There are no penises colored around me.
Likely story. So you hide them so Rowan doesn't see them.
Oh my god, there's just my wallpaper is secret dicks. It's not.
You have a secret drawer full of dick drawings.
It's locked. It's in a special notebook that nobody accesses.
And you're like,
nobody's looking, and I color my.
No, that is your Stan Eminem.
I wrote you.
Writing your book of dicks.
Well, now if I ever watch that music video again, I'm gonna think Stan is drawing a dick to Eminem, not a letter.
You still ain't calling, and just it's gonna be so good.
All of his words are in the form of a penis.
Yes. Chapter 61. The Riders and Violet squad stand on the ridgeline above the main campus of Basgiath, preparing to defend the Wardstone. Lilith, never Lily, whips up a storm in order to imbue her with her signet powers. We also learned that Smarty Pants Jacinia is here to compare journals and see why the Wardstone is failing in Erasia. I just love that girl has no fear. I mean, she's such a Ravenclaw, but she's still putting herself on the front lines to figure it out.
Ravenclaw with Gryffindor tendencies.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, she's like a Hermione. She could have she might be a Gryffindor, but has extreme Ravenclaw tendencies.
The heart of a Gryffindor, the mind of a Ravenclaw.
Yes. Exactly. And then we have Xaden with he's given us a lot of good lines. I mean, throughout the whole series, but I love you. The world does not exist for me beyond you.
Literally swoon.
Right? And then he says, even Malik himself couldn't keep me from you.
I feel like there's, going back to my gods and them all being gods references, I really want to go back and count how many times they mention every god and how many different ones there are.
And what context to see.
Yeah.
I think that's something for our Onyx Storm that we should do. A massive horde of wyverns show up, and Violet releases her powers. Using her mother's storm to her advantage, she kills several wyvern at once. Unfortunately, the horde adjusts, flying away from the storm clouds, and so Violet must resort to summoning power from her conduit instead. She's able to kill a venom and its wyvern. Despite the success, though, the venom, those bitch-ass venom, have only sent in their first wave looking for weaknesses. Later on, while Vi is in the thick of battle, a venom jumps from a wyvern's neck onto Terrence. He says that Violet is the one his leader wants, the one called the Sage. Before he can attack her, Rhiannon flies in swiftly, jumping from her dragon onto Terrence's back. Chapter 62. Rhi fights the venom, and the venom kicks her, causing her to skid backwards along Terrence's scales. Violet grabs her and presses a dagger into her hand. Then she pulls out her crossbow and strikes the venom with an arrow just before Terrence banks hard to the right. The venom falls to its death, and I saw that the dragon's name is coming up. I like glanced at it. I'm like, no, I don't want to say that. And Ree safely jumps back onto Bierge.
Fierce.
Okay. Bierge is back.
Okay, Ree's such a fucking badass. Like, just
Yeah.
jumping from dragon to dragon. We talk Ree up all the time, but she's fearless.
She
I want
is.
her as my friend. I would probably remove you from my top 8 for Ree.
As soon as you said I would probably, I knew it would be a dig to me. I knew that you were like, you know what? This friendship's been real, but you're done. For real time.
Have we met our time limit yet?
So that's nice, Kylie. Great.
I love you. Oh, fuck. I said it on here. Shit.
Later on, I'm just gonna let that sit. Thank you.
I'm going to
Instead of saying I love you. Instead of saying I love you back, I said thank you.
You're just like my kid sometimes be like, I love you. We're always like, thanks.
Later on, Vi noticed the wyvern is attacking Sawyer and his dragon. So Sawyer's dragon. Sawyer tries to kick the beast away, but it bites off his leg. Ugh. Vi rushes in to help, jumping on Riddick's dragon's back, who is doing all he can to dislodge the wyvern from Slishek.
Yeah, heavy on the shh.
Slishek.
Yes.
Nailed it? Cool. She hands Riddick her crossbow, telling him to fire it once she's on Slishek. So, I'm fucking killing it right now, okay? Did you write that or me?
What is it?
I forgot it was his leg and thought it was his arm initially.
Oh no, I wrote it.
But when you and I talked before we started Iron Flame, we're like, oh yeah, he loses his arm. No.
Totally wrong. Because like when the wyvern bit off his leg, I was like, oh shit. This entire time, like I've just casually mentioned his arm. Not his arm at all. Yikes. You know, Sawyer and I match. We have a little bit of a limp. Only when it gets cold out. For me.
Sawyer just has got a crip walk now, you know?
He leans with it. He rocks.
He rocks with it. See, people don't realize what a fucking gangster Sawyer is.
He just shows up to the field with his fucking jean code jeans.
Yep.
Yeah, doing a running dismount, or no, running where you run the landline dragon.
Something you and I could never do, so sure.
No, definitely would eat shit.
I know, like when we've talked about being able to ride dragons and stuff, and then we see Ree and Vi just jumping off from dragon to dragon. I'm like, hard pass, actually.
I'm going to admit something to the world here. I think, based on the fact that they're jumping dragon to dragon, I couldn't do it. We know this. But when I was in Oklahoma before I tore my ACL, my sister and I were like at this historical landmark that has like horses.
Landmine?
Landmark. And I half jokingly like jumped with my feet on like the bench and then jumped off, and I was like, parkour. But I think that's where I tore my meniscus. So I really don't think I could ride a dragon. Not without a seat, with like a harness.
You might have like the heart of a rider, but you have a body of a scribe.
You know, that's accurate. I can dream big. I'm a dreamer.
You are a dreamer. Quarter dreamers, we're just... Sometimes you just don't have what it takes.
And that's okay. Dust yourself off and try again.
Dust yourself off. Violet then hops onto Slishek and grabs the injured Sawyer. She then tells Riddick to fire the arrow at the wyvern. She and Riddick tumble down Slishek's back and into the open air, and Taryn catches them. While in the air, Taryn tells her that her brother has mended the ward stone. For whatever reason, reading that, I'm like, she doesn't have a brother. She does. I just, that's true. Sometimes I just don't trust myself, and I'm like, oh, must have done a typo. Nope.
That's why you should write these like 2 days prior, not read them, and then when you come back, everything is a surprise.
It is for me. I'm like, wow, so fun. has mended the ward stone, but does not feel hopeful about it. Vi is able to get Sawyer to the ground and into the hands of the healers. Just crit blocking. He's a blood, get it? Because he's okay. But 20 feet behind her, a bitch-ass Venom stands atop a cliff. The Dark Wielder slowly approaches her, and Cat runs to her aid. The Venom says he doesn't care about Cat, but that he's under orders not to kill Vi. Cat uses her signet to spin up the Venom's emotions. It'll be so much fun for him to wield. What a creep. Get out of here. Bitch-ass Venom. A new bitch-ass Venom joins the approaching one, who's called Win. This Venom throws out a hand and knocks Cat to the ground. Violet wields her lightning and kills the Venom named Win. The new Venom then uses his magic to destroy Violet's conduit and lift Violet off her feet, choking her as he suspends her in midair. I also think of like Star Wars, the choking. Like that's what I picture.
You did not have bitch ass in the beginning, and I just added that real fast for you.
And I'm like, perfect. Didn't even realize it wasn't there. Didn't miss a beat. I'm like, this is how it's supposed to be written. Perfect.
We're a good team.
At that moment, Indarna moves from where she was hidden against the cliff and attacks. What a sneaky sneak.
Damn it! I was going to say the exact same fucking thing. She is, though. And in that moment, she was changing colors before, and then see her eyes.
Love that for her.
Oh, Andarna. I love Andy.
Andy Anderson. Sorry. I wanted to name my kid for a little bit, like if I ever had a girl, Andy, just be from how.
Always 9 days.
I almost said How I Met Your Mother.
Not quite.
No, but the word how is in it. So at chapter 63, at the very top, this is the excerpt. I'm alone in thinking the knowledge of wards, the protections they provide, should not solely benefit Navarre, and it has cost me everything. Where else have we heard someone said it cost him everything? Oh, when Brennan's talking about Naolin, when he potentially died or turned Venom.
Died.
We
love our air quotes.
Like, did she lose everything as in the person she loved? Potentially Warwick? I don't know why I'm going with that theory, but is history repeating itself right now?
Bitch, I wrote that.
I did take that. I took that from you. Hold on. I just looked out of the corner of my eye. You can say it. Go ahead.
No, I don't want it. Chapter 63.
But is it? A guess. I see that you changed it.
I should have fucking took away the, like...
Oh, yep. That was the only reason why I noticed it. Chapter 63. Indarna roasts the Dark Wielder and rips his head off his body. I'm glad that's how I wrote that. Taryn then tells Violet that Melgren has summoned them to the Vale. Xaden also arrives, clarifying that Augustus has only summoned them and not the whole squad. Together, they walk through the halls of Basgiath, where several wounded infantry and riders sit against the wall near one of the entrances. During this part, I just pictured like the last battle at Hogwarts, when people are just like, you know what I'm talking about? In the Great Hall. I was like, that's what I pictured, but at Basgiath.
Damn, that Potter talk is out of control today.
Mrs., I just had to take the test while we were potentially recording.
I hit start and decided at that moment I needed to take that test. See, we have really unique ADHD differences. Like I'm focused so much, but then I randomly have to do something. Like I was ready to start this and I was like, I have to take this quiz right now.
Yeah, you get very compelled towards something and then you do it.
Yeah, I have to, or else I will freak out and like think about it. I don't know why.
Well, it's because you're crazy.
Yeah.
Cat, tell your mother we'll fly if she can stop the rain. If not, deploy us like the infantry. We have more experience fighting Venom than almost anyone here, and Griffins are quick on the ground. Which just proves that, God, these guys are solids. Like, they could just sit this one out, but they're like, no, let us fucking fly. Good for Cat.
Yeah, shout out to Cat. Team Cat.
Kitty Cat is growing on me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I love Kitty Cat. You have that from me, and I am now a Dane apologist. We've gone a 180.
I know. from our first fourth wave.
Dane, and now it's like, okay, Dane, you can join my reverse harem.
Okay. There is that. She is the slutty one, in case you were wondering.
Oh my god, no, I'm married and happily, and I just, dream big. That's what these books are for. Using
Using that imagination, okay? Stop talking. In the center of the courtyard, the leadership is meeting. Jacinia finds Violet there saying that she thinks she found the difference between Lyra's journal and Worf's journal, and that Lyra's journal contains lies in it. She tells Violet that she thinks it's 7 dragons that are needed to activate the Wardstone, not 6. Violet argues that there are only 6 dens of dragons: black, blue, green, orange, brown, and red. So when she was like, 7 runes, 7 circles on the Wardstone, 7, I just pictured Monica from Friends. 7.
at the very end.
Oh, we're such millennials. The amount of Harry Potter and Friends references, just insufferable. Violet then realizes how she can raise the Wardstone. Meanwhile, Taryn informs her that the bitch-ass Venom leader has arrived. She pleads with her mother to go down to the Wardstone with her and to help her imbue it. She believes that this is their only chance to defeat the second wave of Wyvern and bitch-ass Venom coming to attack them.
We should turn bitch-ass Venom into a drinking game.
We should.
For water, though, because we barely drink alcohol.
Yeah, we just want our wellness girlies to be nice and hydrated.
Yes.
Drink that water. Xaden says he's going to buy Vi the time she needs and that the bitch-ass Venom and Wyvern will not attack yet because they are waiting specifically for him.
Dun, dun, dun.
Why does Xaden believe the bitch-ass Venom are waiting for him, Kylie?
I don't know. Might be dreaming.
Chapter 64. Before she goes to reactivate the Wardstone, Violet asks Xaden if he's okay with her activating the Wardstone in Basgiath rather than the one at home in Erasia. He tells her, "You ward wherever you are," which is here. Violet protests, concerned for his home, but he tells her that she is his home now. Which,
Another swoon-worthy line.
so swoon-worthy. Our girl Vi has some serious balls. She asks Coda, if she calls, will he come?
That's what she said.
We're all dead if we don't. The Empyrean will end. He gives her a curt nod.
Bye. Channeling Taryn's balls for this.
She definitely did.
She manifested big dick energy at this moment.
He sure did.
That's her second signet, BDE.
Yeah. Hey, that's an excellent signet.
I
Take
love
it.
that for her. We know her second signet now.
You heard it here first, guys. BDE.
You're welcome.
Later, Brennan hands her the mended Wardstone and Violet channels her power into it, just like she had done with her conduit in the past. She notes the stone can hold power, but they don't have enough riders who can imbue it with them. Brennan says he will have his dragon, Mar, put the word out. Violet demands Andarna comes down to the Wardstone. Andarna says she's waited 650 years to hatch, all the way until Violet's 18th summer, when she heard the elders talk of the weakling daughter of their general, small frail girl. The girl forecast this to become the head of the scribes, and that's when she knew it was time to hatch. Since Violet would have the mind of a scribe and the heart of a writer, she knew she would be hers. After this, Violet reveals that Andarna is not a black dragon or any of the 6 dens they know of, but she is a 7th breed.
She's the head of her own den.
Mm-hmm.
HBIC. Love that. That is why Andarna is so sassy. She's HBIC.
Mm-hmm. I love that. And then when she was like, your scales aren't really black. No, but he is. And I so badly want to be like him.
Sweet, sweet Andarna. I love her.
I know.
Andarna waited 650 years for Violet. It's giving prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
Why is Violet as unique as Andarna? Like, obviously Andarna is the only one in her den there.
Mm-hmm.
Why is she unique? Like, why Andarna? Why was she the chosen one? And same with Violet. Why choose Violet to be unique?
Right. Why did Andarna say that she needed to have a mind of a scribe? Just to figure this out, or why?
Yeah. If you didn't figure it out, you weren't worthy of knowing.
Mm.
That mind of a scribe. Just food for thought.
Food for thought.
Taking it back to like elementary school when they would say that to you guys. Just some food for thought. Dare. Food for thought.
Dare. Dragon dare. Violet returns to imbuing the Wardstone, giving it all the power she can muster, willing to drain herself completely and die to power it. Violet's mom shows up with Brennan, however, and kicks her away from the stone. Then she puts Sloane's hand on the stone, allowing Sloane to siphon her own powers into it. Taryn being like, "You must save yourself. I chose you not as my next, but as my last. And should you fall, then I will follow."
This is last. And he's middle-aged. Well, I guess he's in his hundreds, right? Something like that. He mentions it like 112 to something like that.
Yeah, he's middle-aged. I mean, it's said 75 fucking times within the series that he's middle-aged.
So I wonder how old they live to.
Mm.
How having a writer affects their age length. Like, do they live longer or because they're bonded? Like, let's say Violet lives to 100. That's, another 80 years for her, essentially. How would that affect Taryn?
Well, it's a risk to bond a writer, and that's why I think so many people don't. Some of the dragons aren't wanting to anymore because you're more likely to get killed.
And they turn into bitch-ass venom. It's been
Yeah.
a problem.
So that's why they're like,
I assume that's why that they would not.
Yeah.
Because the Empyrean knows, but they
Right.
don't know what to do.
Okay. We have made comments about Lilith not being Mother of the Year. But when she says, "There's nothing I wouldn't do to keep you safe, do you understand? Everything was to get you to this moment when you'd be strong enough. You are everything we dreamed you would be, all three of you. And I get to see him soon." It's definitely like a Snape moment,
For not being warm and cuddly, what did they dream Vi would be?
I don't know. I mean, they were like prepping her this whole time to become
A scribe.
to be a scribe, but also Violet. Lilith had no intention of her being a scribe. I think shit got real maybe after Papa Sorengale died, and they had to redirect.
Or it was in the plan all along. Because
Maybe.
it's giving prophecy.
It is.
And this moment, when Violet's imbuing the stone, I think that was the moment that she was meant to turn. Because Rebecca said that Violet was going to be the one to turn. I can't picture it being anywhere else in the book.
No, that would be the part where she would channel to save everybody.
Right. Imagine how that would turn out if Violet would have, there was a lot of people in the room with her. That'd be a lot of people to witness that. And then wondering, would they keep her secret safe? Would they keep her away from Xaden? This would have been such a wildly different series.
It would. And I just like that the part that because Sloane was obviously resisting wanting to siphon, regardless of what General Sorengale did to her family. But all Violet had to say was Xaden's dying, and that was it. Sloane's like, no, can't have this happen.
I love Sloane. She's a Sour Patch Kid. She's sour on the outside, sweet on the inside, bitch on the outside, not even nice on the inside, just tolerable on the inside.
I also think that Sloane and Sloane and Kat will eventually become friends too. More, because obviously she doesn't like Kat.
Like I said, I think that I think it'll end up being Sloane, Violet and Kat trauma bonding at the very end.
Yeah.
Book 5. That is my theory for that.
I can see that as well. As soon as her power, or more accurately, her dragon's power, lives within the stone, she instructs Violet to fire it, which will raise the wards. Brennan and Vi try to stop their mother from doing this, but it's too late. She gives all her power to the wardstone and promptly dies because of it. And Darna then lights it, and it blazes with an iron fire once again. The wards have been activated once. There you go. When did you do this?
Just now.
So really focused on the episode then, Kylie?
We mentioned dragons wearing dare shirts, and it took 2 seconds to ask AI to make that image.
This is what I have to deal with, guys.
I don't know what to tell you because I always send you dragon photos, and I just need you to let it happen.
I do let it happen, Kylie, but I wasn't expecting you to be doing it right now in the middle of this episode.
I don't know what's worse, me making pictures of dragons wearing dare shirts or taking the Harry Potter house sorting quiz.
I don't know, but it's not showing professional bitch right now, okay? Chapter 65. Most generals dream of dying in service to their kingdom, but you know me better than that, my love. When I fall, it will be for one reason only, to protect our children. Recovered, unsent correspondence of General Lilith Sorengale. Why is there shit?
We are about to say the same thing.
Go. You can do it. You say it. What?
How come so much of General Lilith Sorengale, how come so much of her shit's unsent?
I don't know.
Not just shit.
Okay. They trust anyone, so they didn't think it was safe.
Then why write the letters?
So he can see it when he gets back, wherever he's at. Chapter 65. Wyvern bodies fall all around the battlefield now that the Basgiath wards have been reactivated. Violet moves through the battlefield to make her way to Taryn and Segale. Xaden is standing over the body of a bitch-ass venom he killed. He said that she should be scared of him. Violet notices a small ring of red in his eyes, and he did not just hotbox. He, just so you guys know.
You know, Pat Benatar said it best. Love is a battlefield. And
Heartache to heartache.
Exactly. Like, this is so perfect.
Like, we stand, but Sawyer can't, really, you know?
Not at this moment, no.
Right now. BRB.
You're going to hell.
His leg has an away message up right now.
Go to hell.
Malik can bring me if he wants. Good for him.
Are you sure you're not Malik himself?
I am deaf. Am I Nesta? I don't know.
No, you're not a Nesta. I'd be a Nesta before you are.
Oh, I said that. Not serious. You're definitely the Nesta of the two of us.
I can't argue it, but whatever.
I mean, I love you, but you are the Nesta of the two of us. There's your I love you that I didn't give you earlier. Top of chapter 66. We have tried every method we know of as you requested. There is no cure. There is only control. Lieutenant Colonel Nolan to General Lilith Sorengale. Why was our girl Lily trying so hard for the venom cure?
What kills me is there's no dates on any of these. So when was this was this in reference to Jack? Well, obviously it has to be, but why are you trying?
Well, I think maybe Lily had different intentions, but the excuse was Jack.
I mean, obviously we want a cure because nobody wants venom around, but just, it's interesting. It's weird. It's weird.
It is interesting. Some might say it was interesting. Chapter 66. Xaden recounts his experience with the venom leader, the bitch-ass one, the one called the Sage. The Sage had told him that he must turn to their side if he wants to save Violet, and that if he fails to do so, he would wrap his hands around her delicate little neck. Magic does like everything in balance. Take too much, and she'll consume you for overstepping, is what the Sage said, and I just thought that was an interesting quote. Just put that in your back pocket.
Look it.
In Xaden's fury, he holds the venom in the air through magic and feels a deep power consuming him. Segale shrieks against this, saying that she chose him, but Xaden says that Violet chose him too. He jolts upright in bed, realizing he was having a nightmare. Violet is sleeping next to him.
Segale, you cannot. I chose you. Fucking kills me. It absolutely kills me because she's such a raging bitch.
That's what I was just thinking in my head. Like, well, she's such a bitch. It takes so much for her to love people.
I think she does love Xaden. Dragons aren't like that, but I think she does. Because, yeah, I do. I think Segale.
I think she understands Xaden. She probably sees herself in Xaden. And maybe, like, the way that she loves Taryn is similar to the way that Xaden loves Violet. So she can understand it a little bit more and wouldn't.
Mating bond, because I swear that Xaden and Violet are mates. I swear it.
And we will probably be discussing that in the next book.
Well, because I can't shut up about it. So
you can't, and neither can I.
Because we believe it and we will believe it into existence.
Okay, that is one of the few things that is canon for me, is them being mates.
There's no way they're not. There's just no way. The way that they're connected, the way they can't stay separate to each other, their magnetic attraction, that it's not normal because Rhee has Tara and they're not like that. Riddick
No.
is Riddick. And then, like, look at how Clear and Justinia are, like, tiptoeing around each other. It's not as magnetic as the way that they were. Like, they're mates. They're fucking mates. Like, literally fucking mates.
Yeah, they're
That's silent.
fucking mates.
This is
And
silent.
also fucking mates, you know?
Yeah. All the terms.
All of them. He walks down to the holding cells where JB is watching for him. When I said watching for him, I meant waiting for him. Okay? You got that, guys?
Got it.
Xaden asks him what the cure for his condition is, to which Jack responds that cures are for diseases, and what they have is power instead. Xaden says he'll never become one of them, but Jack says that he already is one of them, and welcomes to their messed up family. Xaden is now a bitch-ass Venom, but, like, not bitch-ass. Just happens to be Venom.
But all Venom are bitch ass, but Xaden is not. He's the exception to the rule.
I was fucking just gonna say the exception to the rule.
During my reread, I knew that there were like different levels of Venom, like obviously the Initiate, the ASIM, all that. But it didn't really click that they have different ranks as well, like the general. So these Venom are so fucking organized, and like they really have no idea.
So
Whoa.
or organization, I feel like that's scribey territory. Or they're all Virgos, all Venom.
What scribes do we see in the excerpts? Besides,
In what?
with the excerpts besides Markham?
I'm not sure.
I think it would be interesting to go back and look at what scribes are there to see if they are potentially old ass Venom.
Yeah, or who else they could potentially be. So that's Iron Flames.
For high level overview, we read it so you didn't have to.
There's so much in there. We just point out some things that you might not have caught on to.
I mean, we put things in there that each other didn't catch on to. So hopefully,
totally.
Got your brains moving. Your brain's moving. What?
That brain be moving.
Wheels turning is what I was going for.
You said wheels turning, but you're going like using the crazy thing with your fingers. So
Wheels turning.
Yeah, I got it. But you're doing this to yourself. It doesn't. You look like you're going mad.
I am. I channeled. I'm turning Venom. I'm going crazy.
We hope that you guys tune in with us for our Onyx Storm deep dives.
We will actually be going super in depth, breaking down basically every sentence.
It's not high level overview. It is every level of overview.
Not one word. It's untouched.
Let's do it. Are you ready for it?
So tune in on Wednesday because officially after this week, we will be releasing all of our podcasts on Wednesdays.
We have an official schedule now.
So we thank you guys for sticking with us for Fourth Wing and Iron Flame while we figure our shit out. And now we have structure. You're welcome.
No more chaos. Some chaos. Some unhinged.
It will always be chaotic, but our schedule release will not be.
Will not be. No, very organized. Trust me, you should see our Google files.
And the color coordination, yeah, we're a little intense, but that's okay.
Mad love, homies. Pouring out for Sawyer's leg.
And General Sorrengail.
Oh yeah, her too.
That lady that just died. Damn.
I know, she only sacrificed her whole life, but you know.
No big deal. This episode was for you, Lilith.
You're a real one.
On that note, okay.
We're done.